Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Astro Show here on the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube and Rumble channels. I'm very happy to be here with you guys today to talk about the horoscope for the upcoming weekend of today, Friday, May 24th, as I'm filming this video, going all the way into Sunday, May 26th. And we've got some really interesting things going on that I'm excited to talk to you about. So I hope you're all doing very well. We just had that beautiful full moon in Sagittarius, which was exact yesterday, May 23rd, which we are still in the energy of. So happy belated full moon to everyone out there. Let me know in the comments how you guys felt with this new moon. Full moon. What are your full moon intentions? It's not too late to put them out there, okay, if you haven't done your full moon intentions yet. So definitely be sure to do that either today or tomorrow, as we're still in the full moon in Sagittarius magical portal. So, okay, before we get into the astrology of this weekend, I just want to mention, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Meg Moonbeam YouTube and Rumble channel, as well as the Beyond Mystic YouTube and Rumble channel. And I do offer personal astrology consultations that are available at consultations.beyondmystic.net. The link is in the description box of this video if you'd like to have more of a personal reading with me. And yeah, lots to share for this weekend. So let me know how you guys are doing out there in the comments, because I'm very curious to hear. Oh, before I get into the astrology this weekend, I also want to mention that my Beyond Astro weekly forecast moving forward is going to happen on Sundays. The time, I think, is to be determined, probably 5 o'clock. I just need to confirm with Jean-Claude. I didn't confirm that with him yet. But we're moving the Beyond Astro weekly forecasts from Mondays to Sundays. Okay. So the first live Beyond Astro weekly forecast on Sundays is going to be this Sunday coming up, May 26th. So stay tuned for that. And I'm just feeling guided to do them on Sundays instead of Mondays for some reason. So I'm just going to go with that. And I guess it makes sense because Sunday is actually the first day of the week. Beyond Astro is looking at our week ahead. So let me know how you guys feel about that. But I'm going to be doing it no matter what. So hopefully you guys are all okay with that out there. So yeah, as I mentioned, we just had that beautiful full moon in Sagittarius exact yesterday, one of the most positive full moons of the year. The most positive full moon that we're going to have for a while. So you guys soak it all up, soak up the energies of this beautiful full moon in Sagittarius portal, which we're still in the energy of right now. At the moment, as I'm filming this, the moon is at around 17 degrees of Sagittarius at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. And we've got Venus conjunct Jupiter. They're now 1 degree off of being exact. Late yesterday, Venus ingressed into Gemini. So we're no longer in Venus and Taurus. Venus has moved into Gemini, but we've still got beautiful Venus-Jupiter conjunction. So soak up the energy of this rest of this month, because as we get into the summer, excuse me, not that the summer is going to be negative or that the rest of the year is going to be negative, but we're going to be processing it a lot more. There's going to be more shadow work. There's going to be more kind of heavier things going on, whereas this is a very light frequency that we're in astrologically. So soak it all up, you guys. I can't say that enough. And Catterdays, hello, my soul sister Catterdays. Thank you so much for the super chat on my YouTube channel. I really, really appreciate you. And see you in astrology class right after this. Catterdays is one of my astrology sisters. So yeah, just beautiful energy that we've got going on today and into this weekend. It's actually what we call a triple planetary conjunction right now, with the Sun, Venus, and Jupiter, all very positive, benefic planets. So, I mean, everybody has their own personal astrology transits that are going on. And I think I saw a message from someone today that was saying they were disappointed because they thought that this month was going to be very positive for them, and it's ended up not being so positive. You know, we've all got our individual transits, and of course, some of us can be going through a little bit more intense of things than compared to other people. But overall, this is beautiful light frequencies in the collective and in the planet. So again, soak it all up. And I forgot to bring up, I'm going to bring this up. Just bear with me one moment, you guys. Something that I saw today. Senate Digital. I saw that, and hopefully this is true. I think it is true because now I'm seeing that there's official news saying it. The American, don't want my ad blocker. Okay, let me find another link. Here we go. U.S. House passes bill banning Federal Reserve from issuing a CBDC. Did you guys hear about that? So the U.S. Senate, I think it was just yesterday, May 23rd, when we had this full moon in Sagittarius, which is a sign that's very much about freedom, and it's very, very lucky, and it's very positive with Venus, the planet that rules money, conjunct Jupiter. On that exact day, here's how the astrology is real, and you can't make this stuff up. Okay. The U.S. House passes a bill banning Federal Reserve from issuing a central bank digital currency. This is amazing news. Okay. This is, I don't know, I haven't watched a whole lot of other people today, what they're saying about it, but this is a really, really big deal. This is a really big win for freedom. Okay. And those of you that are Americans, you know, you're very lucky and blessed to be Americans because you know that you're in the most free country in the world. And what happens in America, even though everyone is not an American, right? But America is a very important country because it is a stronghold for freedom on the planet. And whatever happens in America very much influences and sets the tone for the rest of the world, right? So I just was so happy when I woke up and I saw this today. And I was like, not really, I was a little bit surprised, but not totally surprised astrologically, because of course we would have something very positive and lucky happen for the collective, like this bill getting passed on the full moon in Sagittarius, with the Venus conjunct Jupiter. Remember that full moon, which actually, let me bring up the chart. Remember what I said yesterday, you guys, if you were watching my Daily Astro yesterday or the day before, I was saying this is very much about positive news with the money system. I actually said this. This is where us astrologers can make predictions because, yes, I am psychic and intuitive, but the astrology just reads itself, right? And it's just based off of following. So sorry, you guys. I just got knocked out of the streaming program for some reason. I apologize about that. Can you just let me know in the live chat that you can hear me and see me? Can I get a 5x5? It says that I'm live, but I'm not seeing any comments coming through. Okay, perfect. You guys can see me. Okay, thank you, Catterdays. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So that's interesting because I was just about to say, I actually predicted this. I don't know if it was my last Daily Astro or the day before, where I said there's going to be very positive news for the money system and moving ahead. Because what have we got going on? Venus, the planet that rules money, the great benefic, conjunct Jupiter, very, very lucky. And they're in a trine to Pluto, which is the other money planet. Pluto rules the powerful systems of money and finances and hidden money in trine. And I was talking about how yesterday we're very, very blessed that in the current astrology, Pluto is actually overall making really good aspects to the major things that we got going on. And Pluto is not making negative aspects, really super negative aspects. So this is where this isn't the end of the world. We're not going into a positive place. There's actually new systems, new inspiration, higher energy coming onto the planet where we're going into an even better place. But of course, with Pluto going retrograde in Capricorn for the last time this fall and ingressing into the new sign of Aquarius, while we're entering the age of Aquarius, the darkness needs to come to light, which is what is happening right now. And there's a lot of exposing going on, which can seem like things are falling apart. And it is really unstable, but it needs to happen for us to be able to move forward. So I hope that makes sense, how I'm expressing that. So yeah, really positive news for us with our financial system, with that US House passes the bill banning the Federal Reserve, and that's going to influence the rest of the world. And we are having Pluto moving into Aquarius and these really technological, futuristic transits happening. We probably will see digital currency playing out. I mean, we already are seeing it play out in places like China. That's already happening. So hopefully it doesn't happen to other places. But if you're Chinese and if you know anybody that's from China like I do, they already have a social credit system and a digital money. So that's already happened somewhere. So when people talk about, oh, are we going to have a digital currency? Is that ever going to happen? China's already doing that. Okay. So hopefully it doesn't happen in other places, but with the US banning the Federal Reserve from issuing a CBDC, this is going to set the tone for the whole rest of the world. And it's not going to work in other westernized countries. It's not going to work with the astrology of the EU. They may try to implement it, but if they do, there's going to be huge, huge protests. It's going to be a huge shit show. The people are going to rebel against that. So this is really positive news for humanity as we're coming into this weekend. So the whole weekend, we're still in the energy of that beautiful Venus conjunct Jupiter. We're still in the portal of that full moon in Sagittarius. So set your intentions if you haven't done so already, because this is very benefic and positive. And also on Saturday, May 25th, we've got a pretty big astrological transit, which is that on Saturday, May 25th, at around 5:14 Mountain Standard Time. I don't know why my astrology program put in Mountain Standard Time, but it did. Usually I have Eastern Time. Jupiter, lucky ducky Jupiter, is going to ingress into 0 degrees of Gemini. So this is a really big deal. Jupiter is our closest, what we call in astrology, outer planet. It's not one of the inner planets. It's the first outer planet. And, it spends about a year, in each of the signs. Starting tomorrow, Saturday, May 25th, Jupiter ingresses into Gemini. The outer planets have a lot to do with the current energies in the collective and the influence of the collective. So when the outer planets move into a new sign, it's a really big freaking deal, and we are going to feel this. So today is our last day of Jupiter in Taurus. We're about to start having Jupiter in Gemini for the whole next year. Now, it's interesting because Jupiter is actually what we call in astrology at fall position in Gemini. Jupiter doesn't love to be in Gemini because Jupiter is at home in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is opposite sign as Gemini. So in Western astrology, Jupiter is at what we call fall in Gemini. But Jupiter is one of the benefic planets, meaning it's very, very positive. It rules very positive sides of life. So, and this is just my personal feeling as the astrologer that I am personally. I don't think Jupiter in Gemini is a bad thing, even though this is the fall position of Jupiter, because Jupiter is about luck, positivity, expansion, and it's the great benefic and divine protector. So starting tomorrow and for the whole course of the next year into June of 2025, we are being blessed in the areas of life that Gemini rules. And I'm going to be talking about this over the next couple weeks more in depth on our channels. But something that I want to share with you guys, whenever we have a planet ingressing into a new sign, when we actually look at the chart, of as soon as that planet ingresses into the sign. This is actually something that we can call a ingress chart. And it shows us what this Jupiter and Gemini transit is going to be like for the whole next year. Does that make sense how I just said that, you guys, or did that just go past your heads? Let me just say that again, because this is really important. To see the overall theme of how a planet's ingress into a new sign is going to be for that transit, we can bring up the chart for the exact moment that that planet moves into that sign. We call this an ingress chart, and it shows us how that transit is going to go. So again, even though Jupiter is at fall in Gemini, this is a kick-ass ingress chart, because what are we having, you guys? Jupiter is conjunct Venus, the great benefic, and Jupiter is conjunct the sun, our consciousness, and Pluto is in trine to Venus and Jupiter. Pluto rules the dark side of life, power, the shadows, the occult. In trine, this Jupiter transit is going to be extremely empowering to humanity and is going to reveal huge information of truth to humanity, big time. So this Jupiter and Gemini transit, Gemini rules truth, freedom of speech, and facts, okay? And with us having, Neptune and Pisces right now, which we've been going through since 2013, but is at a critical degree, 29 degrees right now at the present moment, there's a lot of BS, there's a lot of illusions, there's a lot of confusion and lies and deception that this Jupiter in Gemini transit is going to knock out of the park. Okay, this is a year that we're stepping into starting tomorrow with this Jupiter and Gemini transit of even more truths being revealed to the collective, even more people activating, reactivating, if you will, back into their common sense and what the facts of life are. Gemini is the facts of life, right? So Handle with Care says, doesn't Pluto also indicate change and exposure? Yes. Revealing, transformation, secrets coming to the secrets coming to the light, right? Because Pluto is secrets in the hidden side of life, that in trine to Jupiter and Venus and the sun is going to uplift humanity. It's things that we need to hear, but it's going to be things that some of us may never have even thought might be something coming out. And it's going to be a lot of information over the next year. So much information, new forms of social media, lots of people waking up into their common sense that have been brainwashed, that have been disempowered. And something that I think is going to be really, really important, one of the maybe actually, parts of this being the fall position of Jupiter. One of the challenges is I think it will be very necessary for those of us that are freedom lovers, that are already conscious to some of the things that have been going on with our conscious common sense, if you will, is it's going to be very important to actually take some breaks sometimes from social media, to take some breaks from all the information, because it's going to be so much coming out at once. And it already is. It already is, but it's going to be even more. To actually take like social media breaks, news breaks, even from the alternative stuff, even from the truther stuff, because it's going to be too much. It's too much on our nervous system, right? Gemini in astrology rules our nervous system and our mind. And with Jupiter being in Gemini, it can make us more, one of the challenges, like hyperactive, feeling like we need to know everything, but then that can make us a little bit anxious. So Tracy, 66 Tracy says grounding. Yes, grounding is also an amazing remedy for this transit. Her Miller 13 says Trump's South Bronx rally was huge. That was yesterday, right? I haven't had a chance to see that yet. I'm going to have to check that out. And Trump is a Gemini. So Jupiter being in Gemini is very, very good for anybody that is a Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. This is your lucky ducky Jupiter in your sign, okay? Or if you've got Jupiter in Gemini in your birth chart, you're having what we call a Jupiter return. That's one of the most positive, lucky transits. So the whole next year for you, if you've got your Jupiter in Gemini, you're having a Jupiter return, or your I just said Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter in Gemini is messing me up because those words sound alike. Or if you're a sun, moon, rising Gemini, it's going to be a very positive, uplifting year for you. Very good for Jupiter rules our higher consciousness. Jupiter rules travel and expansion and luck, higher learning, teaching and learning. So any of those areas of life are very, very positive for you guys. Geminis over the course of the whole next year. So yeah, Saturday, May 25th, Jupiter enters Gemini, and it's a kick-ass ingress chart. Kick-ass. It's going to be an amazing transit. It's not going to be negative, even though Jupiter is at detriment in Gemini, which I don't even think is even that bad, as I already explained. Tropo God says, what about Libras? So for any of the signs, if you don't have any major Gemini placements, Jupiter is still in the solar charts entering a new area of life. So anybody can check out where you have Gemini in your astrology chart, because that is an area of life that's now starting to get uplifted for the whole next year with Jupiter entering Gemini. So sometimes people ask me about that, and let me show you how we do that. So if you guys don't have an astrology program, you can look up your chart online for free. Just type in online birth chart. And when you do that, you're going to see at the outer rim of the chart, there's symbols at the start of each of the houses. Okay. This one here is the symbol for Gemini. Okay. So in this chart, 18 degrees of Gemini to 29 degrees of Gemini is in the 9th house. 0 degrees to 18 degrees is in the 8th house. So if this was somebody's chart, their 8th house and 9th house, those areas of life are being divinely uplifted, very positive for the whole rest of the year. So that's how you can look that up. And yeah, so I'm really excited about Jupiter entering Gemini. It's going to be fan-frickin-tastic. And before I finish up, you guys, just want to mention that Carla over at Ascension Organites has these beautiful Haida Gwaii inspired silver jewelry available as a collection. It's one of Janine's friends that makes this jewelry that's absolutely really high vibe, really beautiful. Handmade using silver and precious metals, and all pieces are unique. So go check that out on Carla's website, Ascension Organites. And also in less than 5 minutes, I'm going to be hosting Class 8 of Astrology Level 2 on the Beyond Mystic Academy. We're having so much fun in Astrology Level 2, and it's not too late to join if you want to. We still have over a month of live classes, and all classes are available to watch on replay. So if you'd like to get more into the Western astrology with me, you can check out Astrology Level 2 on Beyond Mystic Academy. The link is in the description box of this video. And again, my personal consultations are available at consultations.beyondmystic.net if you'd like more of a personal reading with me. So thank you guys so much for watching today's Daily Astro Show. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Very positive, very lucky, very expansive. We're going to feel Jupiter change signs, and it's going to start to be a lot going on, a lot of information getting shared for the whole next year. So enjoy the last day of Jupiter in Taurus, because this is going to be a wild ride of information we never even imagined starting to come out. So I love you guys so, so much. My astrology family, I'm going to go on and see you over at Astrology Level 2 right now. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. And I'll see you guys very soon. Love you all. Bye.